Right, hello. So, it's a bit cheesy, but I'm just going to say it. Here we go again, chapter 2. RuPaul fans will love that. Oh, I nearly showed you the records up front then. Right, so it's day 2 of my countdown of the best 100 albums of the decade, in my opinion. So I wanted to clarify another couple of things that I thought of. Not included in the list are things like reissues, obviously, greatest hits, compilations, live albums, all completely valuable, all have enhanced my life in some way or another, but all will not be featured. There's the dog. Can you hear the dog? Can you hear the weather and the dog? If the dog was out in the weather, it'd have something to bark about, but it's not. It just enjoys barking. So we've got 90 through to 81 coming. See if I can get it done in around 10 minutes. So starting with number 90. Oh, there'll be no music again because I can't be bothered. Number 90, Chemical Brothers, Born in the Echoes. I think every time a Chemical Brothers album comes out, I don't leap to buy it, even though I own all their music. I don't leap to buy it because I think, oh, it's going to be more of the same. And then eventually I hear some of the songs off it and I think, I like that because it's more of the same. Went to see them live a couple of weeks ago. Absolutely fantastic. So this is a great album, because they all are. My favourite track off this would be... Because somebody has said that they're going to make a playlist with these songs. So I'm torn between Wide Open with Beck on vocals and Go with Q-Tip on vocals. So add them both. And with all Chemical Brothers albums sounding quite similar, you would expect that the Chemical Brothers albums of the decade are bunched together, the ones that made the countdown. So next is Chemical Brothers No Geography. Again, didn't buy it straight away. Actually managed to get this in a sale, which is even better than buying it when it's new. A lot of this was played at the live gigs, and it's got a lot of 90s dance influences. It's one of the song samples Todd Terry's Weekend. Actually, it's the original version of Weekend by... Oh, you didn't hear me, okay. So my favourite track off this would be Got to Keep On. Gotta keep on making me high, gotta keep on making me high. Next up, say 1989. I'm not going to get used to this. 1989, 88, Beyonce Lemonade. Try as I might to resist Beyonce. She is actually as good as she thinks she is. Again, this is one that I left. Didn't get carried away with all the other thing, and then they were like, lemonade coloured vinyl. And I don't even care what it sounds like. I want lemonade coloured vinyl. My favourite track off this is obviously Formation, because it is possibly Beyonce's best song. And my friend Dee, who I used to work with, once said, when people were annoying us, okay ladies, now let's get in formation. And it's one of those, there's moments in my life I'm like, I ain't going to say that a lot, but it turns out I can't pull it off. Okay, my next album is God First, Mr. Jukes, and I didn't know about this until my friend Dunk told me about it a few weeks ago, something like that. And he was like, have a listen, it's the frontman from Bombay Bicycle Club. And I was like, yeah, I'll listen to that, totally. And then I went back and I thought, do you know what, I'll listen to a couple of tracks because I do trust his judgment. And the first track I listened to was a song called When Your Light Goes Out, which has Leanne La Havas on vocals. And I was just like, oh my heart, oh it's so lovely. And then I listened to the whole album, and it's a really great listen. So if you've not heard this, have a listen. Like any of these albums, I rate them. So that was 90, 89, 88. That was 87. My 87th favourite. My 86th favourite album of the decade is Immunity by John Hopkins, which I keep not buying on vinyl. I keep adding it to my basket and thinking, oh, I'll wait. I got the CD, and it'd be great to listen to on vinyl. Just haven't got around to it. Did the soundtrack to that film Monsters, where there's monsters, but imagine it bigger and dark, and they're like electrical. This is one of those ones where I don't know the tracks. I think it's either Open Eye Signal or Collider is my favourite. But it doesn't really matter because all the songs sound roughly the same. Oh god, 90, 89, 80, 87, 86. No! Yeah, 86, 85. 4, 3, 2, 1. 85, Saint Etienne, Home Counties. Now, anyone that knows me knows I'm a huge Saint Etienne fan, so it's probably quite a shock to see a Saint Etienne album so low down in the list. It's got lots of freebies inside this, it's nice. But, you know, it's not my favourite Saint Etienne album as much as I love them. If I did, when I do a 90s countdown of this, very similar to this countdown, Saint Etienne's albums will be... Oh no, I'm not going to give you spoilers. You have to watch and find out. My favourite track off this is... I know what my least favourite track is. My least favourite track is Heather. My favourite track... I'd be torn between What Kind of World, Magpie Eyes, and Train Drivers in Eyeliner. But I think I'm going to go for Train Drivers in Eyeliner because I went to see them live when they did this as a show, and I was going into that show thinking I don't like the song at all, and they completely convinced me it's a great song. So 84. Now this is a controversial one. I apologise to anybody who's offended by me including this album in the top 100. In fact, I don't apologise at all, it's my countdown, but this person is a bit of a twat. Azealia Banks. Oh, it looks like I'm a kind of ballet dancer now, doesn't it? Azealia Banks, Broke with Expensive Taste. Now, what an absolute wanker this girl is. She's extremely talented. When I've seen her live, she's lovely, she's really talented. She gets on social media and she turns into a massive... and there's no excuse for her. But this is a great album. It's got several brilliant tracks on it, but we all know when I hold up this and I say what the best track is, I still like a ballet dancer. When I hold this up and say what the best track is, it is absolutely 212. Listen to 212. If you don't like swear words, don't listen to 212. If you don't like foul language and foulity, don't listen to 212. But 212 is a great track. And I've seen her do it live a few times, and the room just goes off, and it's loads of fun. And also, talking about rooms going off, I didn't put this together for that particular reason. 1, 2, 3. 83 is Treehouse by Sophie Tucker. This is a band that Rob dragged me along to see, and I was like, yeah, I'll go along. Didn't drag me along, I wanted to go, but yeah, I'll come along and see. And we got near the front and I was like, I like the front. And then I was like, I like the front, this is really good fun. They're a great band to see live, the album's great. My favourite track off this, see, I would have said, okay, so there's 3 favourite tracks off this one for different reasons. There's Best Friend, a lot of fun. Batshit, because I can just imagine Sophie stood playing guitar on the stage like an absolute god. But I think my actual favourite is Benadryl, because it's just a lovely chilled out song, and it's got, I think it's Portuguese talking in it. It's got a lovely vibe. The thing is about this album, the print quality is dreadful. Look, terrible. 82, Summer Camp, Welcome to Condale. I'm fairly sure you've not heard of Summer Camp. Oh, some of you will have heard of Summer Camp. I saw them support Friendly Fires when they did Parlour. I did a warm-up show of Parlour. Summer Camp supported them, and I went to the merch stand because I really love the music, and I went to the merch stand afterwards, and being the awkward in public person I can be, Jeremy from the band said, oh, what did you think of Friendly Fires? And I said, oh, they were absolutely brilliant. And I went, you were good too. And I said it like that, and I meant it as a compliment, and I just sounded like an absolute wanker. But I do really like the music, and they've got a few albums. More than one of their albums might make this top 100. But this one, Welcome to Condale, collection, a lovely collection of songs. And my favourite one off this is Better Off Without You. Loads of energy. 81. John Grant, Grey Tickles, Black Pressure. Is it and? No, Grey Tickles, Black Pressure. John Grant is a gorgeous person to see live. Spencer turned me on to watching them, listening to his music. I listened to a couple of it, and I just became completely obsessed to the point where I actually went to see him earlier this year on my own, because I really had to see him. And this is the great addition of this vinyl, because it's lavender and orange. Who wouldn't want that? It's like the air freshener you want, isn't it? Lavender and orange. It's exhilarating and relaxing at the same time. And he's got such a great take on the delivery of the music. He can do absolutely heartfelt and emotionally destructive, but with great humour at the same time. And my favourite track off this would have to be Voodoo Doll. It's great sentiment on that track, about how can you help somebody who doesn't seem to want to be helped. They're out of reach for being helped. I don't know why I'm explaining that. Have a listen to the song, make your own mind up. So that was 81 through to 90. Hey, we are 20% there.